The image of the South African Police Service does not look good, and it hasn't for a while. This is the view of brand reputation specialist Tebo Mataiba, amid claims of corruption and political meddling in the management of SAPS. Such claims are adding to public's lack of confidence in police. According to a Human Science Research Council study, it says that trust in police has declined gradually over the past 20 years. Now, only 22% of citizens felt that they could trust police. Mataiba also acknowledges that while there's dedicated officers who serve with integrity, he says brand is ultimately a promise, and when that promise is broken, so is public confidence.
Because our lived experiences is that if you walk in certain parts of the country in the evening or during the day, Johannesburg, you will be robbed in open public eye and nobody will do anything about it. And no one has the trust to say, if I call the police, I'll get the right level of attention, because it is the same men and women in blue who will make jokes about different citizens, victims who go to police stations to make open cases and complaints, hoping for assistance. So trust is truly indeed broken.
Members of Parliament are deliberating on the KZN Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi's jaw-dropping accusations against Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. Parliament's Police and Justice Committees convened today to outline their strategies for investigating these claims of corruption and political meddling in the management of SAPS. The committee is expected to review accusations by the KZN Commissioner into Senzo Mchunu and high-ranking police officers.
Don't move or respect the separation of powers. I understand that and I agree with that. But when people want to talk and this ad hoc committee want to dig, I would suggest that they be allowed to dig. Because waiting for 6 months for a solution because of the Commission of Inquiry that will have to sit maybe for 6 months, I don't think that is fair because of the urgency of the moment. 6 months is way too long, and our ad hoc committee should conclude whatever they will be doing within 3 months, and then a presentation be made to Parliament. Now, if members of Parliament decide we want action to be taken before the Commission of Inquiry has concluded their investigations, are we going to say there's nothing we can do?
Umkhonto Wesizwe, Member of Parliament Mzwanele Manyi, says the public has overblown expectations of the inquiry into the alleged police collusion and crime. He says the judicial inquiry findings will not carry any legal weight. Manyi was speaking during the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee's meeting to discuss these claims.
Expectation by the market, by the public and all of that about the importance of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry might be misplaced. That excitement might be misplaced because the fact of the matter is that a Judicial Commission of Inquiry, their findings and recommendations are not legally binding in the first instance. So I've never been excited about these commissions.
The minister in the presidency says they've identified a potential risk of an attempt to overthrow the government. Ntshavheni says measures are in place to prevent this. She was speaking after presenting the department's budget votes in Parliament. Ntshavheni says the security cluster is monitoring the risk. However, a crime expert believes that these theories are reckless and uncalled for at this stage.
It was really not necessary. Because you can only make such statement if then certain people have been brought, into custody, and then you highlight the public to indicate that it was determined that these people, based on, developments in the country, they are, in a process of planning to, a coup. But in the absence of such, based on how the community as well as the public really have been taken, and being overwhelmed by what has happened based on what General Mkhwanazi has brought forth, it is totally unnecessary. Government has maintained that whenever certain questions are directed to them, they will not answer such questions because of the interests of the public. So it was unnecessary and reckless statement.
Jayden-Lee Meek's grandmother, Debbie Dunn, says her daughter, Ntshavheni Meek, did not kill the boy. Dunn released a statement complaining that they were unable to attend Meek's court appearance this week. The 31-year-old faces charges of murder. Her mother says the family has lost faith in the justice system. Meanwhile, Gauteng Education Department says there's elements of truth in the claims that have been made by Jayden-Lee Meek. Evidence suggests that Meek died inside his home and that the killer tried to cover up the crime scene.
It is with great sadness that I have to make this video to show how deeply disappointed we are at the way my grandson's case is being investigated and now my daughter is being prosecuted for a crime she did not commit. Our attorney, Ntshavheni, together with Ntshavheni's family, friends and work colleagues, were at the court from 8:30 this morning. We were instructed to wait outside the office where the first appearances are processed until a list is drafted and the security guard will inform us of the court where Ntshavheni will be appearing. Our attorney even went to the prosecutor's pool office and was rudely spoken to and told that he will only be held and he must wait outside until the matter has been processed. It is so clear that the police, prosecutors and activists were working together to ensure that Ntshavheni was not represented in court on her first appearance and that her family and friends were not inside the court to give her our love and support. We hope that she will be given a fair bail hearing and trial as we have lost faith and hope in the criminal system. None of us, I have witnesses, the activists all saw us, were present but denied access under false pretenses to be in the court.